It's the Raw Rundown. It's the Raw Rundown. It's the Raw Rundown. I know I can't sing for shit. I know. I can't sing to save my fucking life. What's poppin', everybody? Good afternoon, everyone, to all of you out there watching live here on the Around the Point Network. This is another live edition of the Raw Rundown. It's Tuesday, so you already know what it is. Time for the Raw Rundown live here on the Around the Point Network on youtube.com/Around the Point, something YouTube, or if not, Heel Steven. If you type it in, it still pops up as Heel Steven, and you'll see the Around the Point Network. Also live on twitch.tv/Around the Point. If you are new to the YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through your social media. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. We're trying to become a Twitch affiliate. Gosh darn it. What's poppin', everybody? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. Some would say I'm lucky. Charm. Even though more of an Apple Jacks kind of guy, to be honest with you. But what's up? I'm Steve. What's poppin', y'all? Here joined by the gang. We got Big Mike in the house, the pride of Detroit. What's poppin', bro?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. Here to talk some wrestling, some Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw, yeah, man, yeah. And of course we got the man of many teams. He has nothing to worry about this year. He had nothing to worry about, man. All his teams, well, not really. Well, one of them is already out.
Two of them are out.
Two of them are already out already.
I said this. I said last week, going in, we had the three teams that I had been supporting all season. We're all going into the playoffs. So I decided, okay, let me pick one team. This is the team I'll ride. Lose or whatever. This is the team, win or lose. And I went to the Jaguars. I went full in on the Jacksonville, and they're the only team still remaining.
So the only one still remaining? Yeah, I can see that.
I can say, though, I know Romeo was saying, like, I should have just gone to the Tampa Cowboys game. Oh, thank God. Because I would have spent 5 times as much on that ticket. And it was it's a little bit of a longer drive, too. It's another, 30 minutes-ish. It would have been way more expensive, and, it would have been a worse game.
Yeah, thank goodness you did not go. But what's up, Mr. Caden Lee? Let's see, what you sipping on there, man? What you got there?
From a few hours ago.
From Starbucks?
Yeah.
How do you like your coffee?
I like a sweet latte.
Okay. I'm almost a sweet and sour. Light and sweet. More of a light and sweet kind of guy, to be honest with you.
I like sweet with a little. If I can get a little bit of the coffee taste in there, then I like that. If I can't, then it's fine. Just don't go overboard on the sweet. I don't want to be tasting my syrup.
I'm also I like how grandma makes it. Café con leche. Milk and just a little bit of the coffee with the little sugars in there. That's just me, of course. But hey, it is what it is. I hope all iced coffees by Romeo all day, every day. Iced coffees all day, every day. I like iced coffees too. Coladas, from McDonald's, the mocha frappe.
Why are we talking about coffee?
Why not? Listen, we don't got to get into the wrestling right away. We don't have to. Yeah, it's a wrestling show. But I feel like every show gets into the wrestling right away, which is fine, which is cool. It's cool. But I feel like we can, shoot the breeze a little bit, and then we throw right into the wrestling. So for all of you guys that are tuning in right now, I want you guys to know that Chase Oliver in a couple of minutes will hop on, and he has a major announcement. Another major announcement here, guys, that I think a lot of you are going to like. So make sure, if you're tuning in right now, let your friends know that we're live, because I think they're going to want to hear this one too. All right? So, listen, Monday Night Raw was last night. And let's be honest here, all right? If you thought going into this show that they were going to, shoot for the sky, right? Blow everybody out of the water. The NFL said, hold my beer. There was Monday Night Football. Now, listen, again, you guys know I'm new to this whole football thing, right? Is this the first time that a wild card game is on a Monday? Is it the first time, or have they done it before in the past?
No, they've done it before in the past.
Okay, but nothing of this magnitude. Or oh my God, it's America's team, the Dallas Cowboys versus Tom and the Buccaneers.
Well, it all depends on when was you know, Dallas. If they were like division leaders, yeah, it's the second time, like Romeo said. Second time.
Yes.
But it all depends on where Dallas was in the playoffs. If they were division leaders or had a bye, then you had to wait. It wasn't like this.
Yeah. Well, listen, Mike. You and I, we had our parlays going, right? We had everything for we were banking on Tampa Bay. We were banking on our boy Tom, right? The
Look
so-called
at
goat,
this.
the so-called goat. And you know what they basically said, yo,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
last night. Tom, our boy Tom, yo. Our
Look at this.
Oh no.
what are you trying to do?
Oh, I did not mean to click that button.
Look at this. Look at this. Put the
Paint.
big screen on me. Put the big
Paint.
screen on me.
I got it.
Look at this.
I got you.
Look at this. See that red X?
Leonard
Fournette, you bum.
They should have abandoned that game plan.
Look at that.
Why did Tom Brady attempt?
How much you
over-
would have won? How much you would have won, Big Mike?
I would have won $350.
Bruh, you think that's bad, dude? Listen, I needed Ezekiel Elliott to do a touchdown. And I needed, I think, also him to do a couple yards. Like, don't get me wrong, Pollard played a good game. To his credit. Like, Dak Prescott
Pollard's better than Zeke.
That's I
Same with this one too. The one that Romeo had us
that's
do.
the one. That's the one.
I added Mike Evans, and I pretty much had the same thing from the other one, and it almost hit.
You know what's crazy though? I thought about the one Roman Sundays. I'm like, you know what? To be on the safe side, I'm gonna reduce everything by minus 10. I'm gonna reduce. I like 60 yards. I'll put to 50 yards. So to be on the safe side.
This fucking pissed me off. I had Maher because Maher going into this game had only missed 3 extra points all season. He's actually been really good. So I picked him on my FanDuel fantasy. And this man, good. It was between him and SUCKA. And good thing I got him. At least he got me a point because SUCKA didn't take wasn't on the field for a single. He didn't even make a kick. He didn't even go on the field for a field goal.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I posted in our group chat that we have, right? We have a group chat, and I posted Ryan Garcia, boxing star, the one that wants to fight Gervonta Davis, but apparently there's no contract. Oscar De La Hoya said Monday was the deadline, and now it's Tuesday, and they're moving on, which sucks, right? But Ryan Garcia on Twitter said, hey, if Maher misses another field goal kick, he will give someone $3,000.
He didn't.
No. But all you had to do was like and retweet. And I shared it to you guys. All right, hey guys, jump on this. I figured you guys would have followed suit. And then, but I guess they were gonna go for the field goal. And Maher's like, and the coach like, nope, you sit your ass down. You ain't going out there, buddy.
Maher did. Maher made one more kick because he made the next extra point.
No, but I think it was 5 though. I think he something like that. Whatever the case may be.
He missed 4, and then he made his 5th.
5th was the charm, right? I guess 5th one is.
I think it was just after because I think he had missed 5 straight because he missed the last one in the Cowboys regular season game. So I think it was just going in. He kind of had he already was a little jittery. And then I think after he missed that first one, it just stayed in his head the rest of the game, and it just kept coming.
It could happen though. I mean, it could happen to the best. You know what I mean? In any sport, when you.
I think he is a good kicker. He makes some if I can have any kicker in the NFL making clutch field goals that are 50, 60 yards to win a game, who's not named Justin Tucker, I'm probably taking him. He made some. I saw him make a 60 5-yard field goal against the Eagles a few years ago that I did not expect him to make, and he drilled it. So he's a good kicker. I think he was getting hate because he didn't have a good game last night. I mean, shit happens. I think he's still a good kicker. He should not lose his job for that.
Of course, it happens though. Happens to the best of us. You know what I mean? But with that being said, the Dallas Cowboys are advancing, and I think they play San Francisco. The Niners.
I'm still perfect on my picks. I had because I thought the Cowboys were gonna. Everyone kept telling me like Cowboys are gonna blow it at the end. And I said no. The Buccaneers are really not good.
Mike,
I watched them all season. They were terrible. I had the Cowboys. I'm still perfect. Every single pick I've made.
Mike, I think it was you or Chase who said, "Hey, watch them blow this now," and then
It was
the second half came.
Because when the kicker for Dallas missed his second kick, when he missed his second kick, I was like, because they showed Dak cursing him out from the sideline. I was like, oh, Dak knows he's gonna lose, like because he knows he's gonna blow this game.
Yeah. And they almost blew it when
they almost blew it.
Was it Pollard who dropped that on the onside?
Yeah,
cannot let
crazy.
But this means, listen, I mean, there are people who are saying this. I mean, again, you can just tell, like Tom Brady,
he's done. He
looked like a defeated man out there.
Yeah,
my New York Giants beat him twice in a Super Bowl game, right? That's fine. It is what it is. But if you can read someone's body language, you can just tell this man already was defeated.
But it's interesting because I think he's done. I think it's time for him to hang up the cleats. But I don't think he will. I think Vegas.
To me,
people have brought up Minnesota too. I think a team will take him. Like it's still Brady. You still have the idea. I think even Brady in his own mind is saying, "Well, I didn't have Julio Jones like I thought I was going to have. Godwin had some injuries. Evans had some injuries, and I had a terrible offensive line. So what if I go? I have similar weapons in a place like Vegas. You have Devontae Adams, right? And then you have what's the tight end's name? I think he was injured most of the year, but he's really good and he'll come back. Can't think of his name.
What team?
For Vegas.
Oh man.
Oh, Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, he'll have Hunter Renfrow. There's a better offensive line there. If McDaniel stays, then he goes back to a coach that he likes in Josh McDaniels. That's a good situation. I personally think it's a stupid ass decision for San Francisco to take him. I think it's a good idea for him to go there because the team's really good. But San Francisco has 3 quarterbacks that I think right now are all 3 better than Tom Brady.
From a lifetime Eagles fan, I just want to say fuck the Dallas Cowgirls.
I hate the Cowboys.
Well, listen, Chief. This Saturday goes down, man. Giants and the Eagles. I don't like our chances, but we'll see what happens.
The Eagles are not like Eagles.
Probably likely, but
the healthy Jalen Hurts.
We'll give it a fight, though. We'll give it a fight. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That being said, I do think it's time for him to hang it up. I think honestly, from people that I work with that watch football and Austin, they were telling me, hey, for them, he should have retired once he won that Super Bowl a couple years ago. That should have been it. But we'll see what happens. That being said, that was a little football talk. Listen, it was probably more interesting than Monday Night Raw. You think about it, right? Raw was live from Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah. And gosh darn it, man. Listen, this was their go-home show to Raw 30. All of us here thought on Steve's Kitchen that this was Raw 30, but it was not. They did a lot of things to push towards that show. Mm-hmm. They were a lot of build-up towards that show. Listen, let's be honest here. Was this show going to blow your hair back? Oh, my God.
They punted. They punted 100%. And you could feel that while watching the show too. It was a pretty not great Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So
very unspectacular.
Also, but guys, let us know in the chat your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. Did you like it or not? What is something that you did like? Let us know in the chat. Also, it was worth mentioning here. Triple H did have another talent meeting before Monday Night Raw went on the air. Just to, calm everybody down again. Mm-hmm. That he's in charge of creative. There's nothing to worry about here. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. It's like I said yesterday on Steve's Kitchen. I'm gonna just sit back, watch all this play out. But I digress. Here, okay? So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we rambled on long enough on some other stuff that's non-wrestling. I think it's time to let's get into all the stuff that went down. So without further ado,
let's fucking go.
Caden, lead us away.
Well, we opened up Monday Night Raw, January 16th, 2023. They were in Cincinnati, Ohio. The city was buzzing after the Cincinnati Bengals defeated the Ravens on Sunday Night Football the night before. So I was expecting a hot crowd, and boy, everything that happened last night indicated that city must have been real tired from the night before.
They
They
lost
must
their
have been
voices.
celebrating all day because they must have been celebrating. They had MLK Day off. Must have been just drunk, hungover, tired, whatever. Because that crowd sucked. But let's start off with the opening segment. The show opened with a promo from the Bloodline, Jimmy J. Uso, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, and Solo Sikoa, the Street Champion. They announced that next week there will be an acknowledgement ceremony for Roman Reigns, and all of the members of the Bloodline from many different generations will be there, because next week is Raw is XXX from Philadelphia, the 30th anniversary show. There's a lot to dive in there about them saying that we're going to have different generations. And then next week, we're also going to have Jimmy and Jey Uso defending their Raw Tag Team Championships. That's only one of their titles, not both, the Raw one specifically, against the Judgment Day, which will, the assumption is that it will be Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest, because that's the team that wrestled later in the night. Judgment Day came out, interrupted their promo, and we had a little show off between everybody here. Dominic Mysterio saying, "You smell that? I smell fear. They're afraid of us." I thought he was going to say he smells bitch, but he said fear instead. He kept it PG. What are they calling him now? Crime Don.
Ex-Con Don.
Ex-Con Don.
That's a great nickname.
Ex-Con Don.
All he needs now.
You got Finn Balor over there looking like he's about to show up to the prison bowling league. Dominic Mysterio fresh out of jail. Mommy leading the group. And then we had a brawl between the Judgment Day, the Usos, Solo Sikoa. And we got a showdown between Rhea Ripley, different Mysterio. Rhea Ripley and Solo Sikoa had a showdown. Very excited about do the match. Fucking do it. Let Rhea wrestle Solo Sikoa. That'll be such a great match. But before we get into the match that followed this, which was Mustafa Ali and Solo Sikoa, what did you guys think about this opening promo, Big Mike? How do you feel?
The opening promo was good because the response from the Usos, they told the Judgment Day, every team that stepped into the penitentiary that got sat down. And I think they even said that they kicked off their reign.
Money in the
Bank.
Money in the Bank 2021 from Fort Worth, Texas, the Dickies Arena. I was there in the building. I believe that was July 17th. I can do the math to figure out. I think it was like the 17th of July. I think it was like it might have been a pre-show match where the Usos beat Dominic and Rey Mysterio for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Mm-hmm. And that's where the reign of terror for the Bloodline began for the tag team division. So he let them know, and I thought it was a good opener. I thought it was a really good opener. It like Romeo said, Dom was the star in this promo as well, saying what he smells and how they fear him and all that good stuff.
Romeo saying Usos are definitely the ones with more jail time than Dom. One of them, yeah. Jimmy, I don't know about Jay, but Jimmy.
Yeah, getting locked up here as well. Don't let him drive in the city here.
I'll say this. Can you put that Dominic photo up again?
Yeah.
Real quick. Now, if you guys watch House Party 3, you will get the reference. Dominic looks like he could be the line cook in Ex-Con Catering. He looks like he could be the cook in Ex-Con Catering. Seriously, which is fucking hilarious. That being said, I love this. I love the segment. That we're building
the third con.
I would say Jimmy and Jay.
But Jay didn't do anything. Only Jimmy.
Guilt by association, pal. Guilt by association.
But he's not a con. He's not a con.
Maybe Solo? I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
But the point.
I think Jay did go to go
He
to
did.
jail for DUI. They both did.
They did
Well,
time.
I think
man.
Jimmy did it the most, but Jay did get
No, I don't.
because they were tag.
Yeah,
I remember.
here it is. Jay Uso
Yeah.
arrested for DWI in Texas.
Oh, your neck of
And
the woods,
they
baby.
got I think they got a tag team title win after that.
Yes. So I'll say this again. I love this segment for what it was. I love that. Hey, we're also planting the seeds because they announced that on next week on Raw, they're going to have a ceremony for the tribal chief, and every member, all generations of the Samoan family are going to be there. And many people are speculating that Dwayne is going to make his way to Monday Night Raw next week. Being that it's the anniversary show, they're bringing all these legends. And mind you, they did say that there were some legends that they have not announced that they're going to be surprises. So who's to say? Now, mind you, if that's how they're going to go about this, I would save this at the end. I would make this the final segment of the show, right? And then everything's going down. I think, Mike, you said this on Around the Point a couple of weeks ago. You know, again, with Solo being the quiet guy, he finally speaks up. He's like, no, I don't acknowledge you. I acknowledge this tribal chief, and now comes The Rock.
Oh, I wouldn't do that right now.
But knowing them, because they can help. But mind you,
yeah.
remember, it's the go home show to the Rumble. Keep that in mind also.
I'm willing to place money that The Rock will not show up in the next 30 days in WWE.
Probably not. But we'll see. Maybe.
Why would that man come anywhere close to the? I talked to somebody, and they described the situation as extremely turbulent.
Because of the whole Vince thing, right?
Why would he come close to that?
Yeah. Why would he come?
Rock is
doesn't need the money, doesn't need the buzz off of it. It does nothing to help him.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that can hurt The Rock.
I know some people don't think it would hurt him. I think it would hurt his brand.
Considering that he potentially will run for president.
He's not running for president. I can tell you that.
No, he's not running for president.
No, but I think it could.
The guy
Rock has come back in Philly before, so we'll see.
But under these circumstances,
I could see members of the bloodline saying, being like, "You ain't the real tribal chief." I could see them starting to set that up. I mean, that's a good spot to do that. Is you have Steve? I'm making a point. You could bring in some, like, if you have the older members of the bloodline coming in and saying, yeah, we acknowledge you, but let's be real here. You still got one more man to take out until you prove that you're the real tribal chief of this family. Because you're not the one bringing in the most money. Somebody else is. One of the elders saying, oh, well, you're not really, are you the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood? No. So I could see them starting to build that, and they could start building to The Rock. And look, if you don't lock down The Rock, you can, for this year's WrestleMania, you can still at least, you can do something later, but this at least, I think those are going to start building the threads here. I don't think you go right into The Rock. I don't think you go right into The Rock without planting seeds, and they have not planted seeds in a year. Since Survivor Series 2021, they haven't planted really any seeds.
Can they turn on Sami here in front of the entire family?
I actually think Sami turns on them at Rumble. I think Sami's going to help Kevin.
Now, I'll say this too. Talk about family, right? Imagine we get Rikishi, we get King Haku.
I mean, that's who we're going to get all of them. We're definitely getting Rikishi. We're going to get.
I mean, if they got to set it up nice, they got to set it up nice.
I don't know his contractual status because there's talk that he is now a free agent, even though I'm pretty sure he's still locked to that that funny Court Bauer contract. Is Jacob Fatu still a free agent, or is he still locked into that Court Bauer?
That's a stupid idea.
Rinky-dink contract. You know, is he still locked into that Court Bauer rinky-dink contract?
I think so. I don't know, but I'm going to immediately say that's a stupid idea that they won't do, because who the fuck is going to know who Jacob Fatu is?
I know.
When they didn't pop for Bronson Reed, Tegan Knox, Candice LeRae, who the fuck's going to know who Jacob Fatu is?
I'd be surprised. But again, I'm just speculating.
I'm not. Nobody's going to know who he is in that crowd. That crowd's not there for Jacob Fatu. They're there for, like, they would pop for The Rock. They'd pop for Rikishi. They're not going to pop for something like I like Jacob Fatu, but they're not going to pop for some indie wrestler they've never fucking heard of.
Fuck, they'll pop for Tamina. They'll pop for fucking
They
Tamina at
won't
this
pop.
point.
Nobody pops for fucking Tamina.
Hey, listen, they'll pop for Tamina.
Nobody Mina, but nobody pops for motherfucking Tamina. Nia Jax is more likely to show up than Jacob.
I like that. Ba-boom.
Yeah,
to be...
I mean, that's probably all the generations and stuff.
The Barbarian.
It's there for the
Barbarian.
elders.
The Barbarian, King Haku.
Yeah.
We get SUCKA. We get the
Tama is not part of the bloodline.
But he's part of the family.
He's a part of the family. He's a part of the family.
He's not.
Half family. Hey, listen.
Him and Tonga, a lot of people think that they are. They're not part of the family.
Now, guys, listen. We do have. I said.
I don't. At least I'm 99% confident because I saw people saying that and I looked into it. I did not see any correlation in the two family trees.
Now we did. Now, if you guys are tuning in right now, earlier in the stream, I did say we have Chase Oliver has a major announcement, and now it's time for the major announcement. Chase, what's going on, brother?
Ladies and gentlemen, the road to the Royal Rumble is next Saturday. And what better way to kick off your new year and the WrestleMania season by giving away something for free? So, Heel Steven will be making a tweet later today. He'll be making a tweet later today for the men and women's Royal Rumble contest. And this is the fun part of the contest. Just like the Royal Rumble, you don't know what number someone's going to come out. You're not going to know what number you're going to get until Saturday. That is right. You guys have to be following at Heel Steven on Twitter, at Heel Steven on Twitter. Don't message me. Don't message Big Mike. Don't message Caden. Don't message any one of the guests that come on around the point. Walter. No, Steven's going to make a tweet. I'm going to retweet this tweet a bunch of times. And all you got to do is just type I'm in. And you'll be entered in both the men's and the women's Royal Rumble contest. And what is this contest? How do you win? Whoever comes out the number that you get randomly selected wins. You get yourself a $50 gift card to WWEshop.com.
I'm doing it right now.
Good stuff.
I'm doing it right now. Follow
Yep.
me on Twitter.
So make sure, and if you guys say, Chase, I don't have Twitter, what do? You go create an account. It takes like 2 seconds to create a Twitter account. Okay.
Like and retweet this. Like and retweet.
Yeah. Do everything you say, and then you get entered in. Now, say, for example, let's just say, Chase, I don't want to enter in the women's Rumble. That's fine. Make it clear, saying, I just want in for the men. I'm in for the women, or I'm in for both.
Well, to be fair,
it clear.
To be fair, I think whatever number you get is for both men and women. I feel like
no, it's randomized for both.
Okay, randomized for both.
I'm randomizing this, Steve. Trust me, man. It's more fun that way. I don't want someone being upset. Oh, I got number 2 for the men, and I got number 2 for the women. That's not fair. No. The one thing is you'll get a random number, and the list will not be released until Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you won't know your number. You're not going to know your number. You're not going to be like, oh, I know my number. I'm going to be this. No, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be your number. That will be your number. And then also, if you want to make it even more fun, whoever comes out at that number becomes your favorite wrestler for the whole year.
So here's what you got to do. Follow me on Twitter. Like and retweet the tweet that I'm about to tweet out. Subscribe to the channel. And tweet. I'm in. Tweet down below. Now, here's the thing, too. We're going to be, I know a lot of folks have multiple accounts. I'm aware of this. I'm sure all of us are aware. Like, there's some people that will probably make 3 accounts work, and we'll make sure we'll check. We'll check. We want this to be fair, right? We want it to be a fair contest. So no multiple accounts. We'll check it. We'll check the follow. We'll check everything. And if we see that risk, we see that sus, pointing it out. Tweet I'm in.
Yep, tweet I'm in. And if you only want to enter one, you just have to tweet the Rumble you want to enter in. You don't have to enter both. But hey, you could end up being $100 WWE Shop richer. I mean, that could get you $100 off a replica title, maybe some T-shirts you've been looking at. $50 at WWE Shop gets you ready for WrestleMania season. Gets you a WrestleMania T-shirt. Get you a WWE T-shirt. Maybe you want to represent the bloodline. Maybe you want to represent Steve's favorite wrestler of all time, Drew McIntyre, or something of that nature. You know, like that's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of ways. Hey, maybe you want to celebrate whoever wins the Rumble for you. You're like, I want to buy that that T-shirt for the guy who won the Rumble and stuff. But the reason why I'm doing it random is because I want it where it's fun for you guys. I want you guys to also be excited who comes out. Who comes out?
Posted what the 128 at noon, right? Noon Eastern.
Eastern Standard Time. So 9 a.m. my time. I'll post the I'll send Steve the note that I have, and Steve will post the notes of the username of the person's Twitter username, and that will be posted there. So it'll be posted there as a Twitter username. And look, Big Mike can even enter this. Big Mike can enter this contest. I can enter the contest if I want to. Katie can enter. Anyone can enter the contest. You just got to have a Twitter account because it's easier to follow on Twitter. Because here's the thing. I can DM people on Twitter. YouTube, I don't know. It's hard. You guys have all these weird usernames. I don't even know what's your Twitter and everything of that nature. You gotta have a Twitter account. And if you're someone like Chase, I don't have a Twitter account. What can I do? I don't know. Ask your homie to enter for you on Twitter. I'm not sure, but just know that you could be $50 WWE shop richer.
I'm trying to get my link to my channel because I know it's a new channel.
$100. Like I said, you could easily get like a WWE replica title for $100 off, pretty much.
There you go. Yes,
sir.
So here again, Royal Rumble contest announcement. Follow me on Twitter, like and retweet, subscribe to the channel, tweet. I'm in. Hold up here. Darn Grammarly. I'm in. Boom. Boom. But hold on, let me check what the Grammarly tells me here. God damn it.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, shall I continue talking about Raw?
Yeah, go on ahead. Yeah, go on ahead.
All right. Well, next up on Raw, we had Mustafa Ali.
By the way, the tweet is already up. I'm sending it now, and I'm going to pin it to my page. I'm going to pin it.
Got it.
Pin to my profile. It's pinned.
And that's all I got to announce. Road to the Rumble. And if you guys complain about your numbers, hey, just know it's all randomized. It's all fun and games, guys. Just have some fun. But I want you guys to have a little bit more stakes while watching the Royal Rumble next Saturday. So yeah.
There you go. I already tweeted it out. So have fun with it, people. Have fun with it. Dig in. Good luck to everyone. And there goes Chase. Now,
next up we had Mustafa Ali versus Solo Sikoa. It was a quick little match just to get Solo another win here. Solo Sikoa and Mustafa Ali having a match. There's not really much to add about what happened within the match, but yeah. During the match though, something did happen. Was Kevin Owens came out. Big Mike, I'm sure you'll talk about the crowd when we break this down, but the crowd was not good with their pop for Kevin Owens, unfortunately. Did not really act like he was that big of a deal. But man, this guy took out both the Usos. Then after Solo hit that Samoan spike on Mustafa, he then went after Solo Sikoa. One guy versus three. I mean, this is Kevin Owens. He can take on all three guys and hailing chairs, throwing them everywhere, and security actually had to hold him back, not hold back the Usos, because they knew that he's actually he'll beat the shit out of the Usos.
Right. I was baffled at this crowd. I was like, what is going on here? Kevin Owens comes out and you guys sit on your hands. Like, he's like this is the top guy going after the. I don't know what this crowd was doing. I was like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be this type of crowd. I was like, no. I was like, no.
But Cincinnati, is normally a hot crowd. Ohio, that area, the Midwest.
Yeah.
Normally a hot crowd for wrestling. Again, maybe they're hungover. Maybe, people were celebrating that Joe Burrow got the Bengals into the next round, and
You know what? This is how I knew, and we're gonna talk about this later when the match comes up. This is how I knew it was bad. When a tag team when one of the people in a tag team had on full Bengals gear and Bengals paraphernalia, and they still didn't pop loud. That's when I knew this crowd was gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
But I did like when Kevin Owens came out and took out the Usos, and it was funny watching 3 billion guys try to take back Kevin Owens and hold him back.
Facts. Big facts. So there's that. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, this was another thing that happened. Everybody knew Solo was going to beat Mustafa. I feel like a lot of this show was just kind of like everybody kind of knew the outcome, but how were you going to get there?
So Weston, real quick, how it's gonna happen? Chase will do a randomizer, and he'll send me the list. And whatever number you get, again, you gotta let us know what Rumble match you want to be in. That's the thing, also. So
Romeo's saying they didn't exactly give them a show to be excited about. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, all of these
it really
talent
doesn't
is,
matter.
like, even when they're getting
Yeah.
great shows and they're getting actual good matches, like, nobody's popping for anything. And yeah, I think it's definitely the problem with WWE. The last 2 weeks, they've just completely punted against Monday Night Football, and both games ended up being bad. So imagine what they could have done if they actually had a good show on both of those, and they could have, like, because last week they did, like, I think 1.7. I don't know if we had the numbers from last night. It was like 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, like a really good number for a Raw that everyone thought would be like one of the lowest of all time. And I think that, I mean, imagine what they could have done if they actually built the shows up and put good shit on both the shows, especially like last night at halftime, the amount of people you could have stolen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
no. So Weston, if you go on my Twitter, I posted a tweet. It's pinned to my profile. That's where you post I'm in.
Just going to make sure that we don't have ratings out yet. I don't think we do.
Matter of fact,
I didn't get nothing from WrestleNomics. I didn't see anything.
That's what I was checking. I was checking Brandon. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah. So after this, we had the Cody Rhodes vignette. So this was part 3 of the Cody Rhodes story. This was I mean, this is probably the last one we're going to get because Rumble is next weekend. But they officially announced Rhodes to the Rumble. Cody Rhodes will be making his return in the Royal Rumble. He even actually said that he was told 9 months. And I mean, I knew that was bullshit the whole time. But in the video, he said, I was told 9 months, but I couldn't wait out that long. He went to the Nightmare Factory to start training as soon as he possibly could. And he'll be back. And they're trying to make the whole thing like, oh, he's going to be back 3 months early. Oh, my God. It's fine. You guys can do that if you want to. There was debate on this online. This was, I think, the most talked about thing from Raw last night was them announcing Cody's return. It's almost 2 weeks early. I don't really have an issue with this just because they're going to now sell tickets and they're going to sell Peacock views on Cody. And they didn't really get to capitalize on that. They got to do that for Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania Backlash. They didn't get to capitalize on it for WrestleMania because it was a surprise. And they missed him for 6 months. So now they can capitalize on Cody buzz for the Rumble. I think this is actually a pretty good move. It gets people to watch that maybe weren't going to watch. This would, like, everybody kind of knew he was coming back in the Rumble anyways. And let's be real here. Sean or Dave Meltzer were going to report it. And he was on the poster. But I saw people complaining that he was on the poster. The reality is that Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer, Mike Johnson, somebody was going to report this. Wade Keller, Cassidy Haynes. Like, it would have been reported by somebody in wrestling media, and everybody complaining would have known. It does not matter. Plus, we all, like, everyone who's I've seen complain, we all knew Cody was coming back at the Rumble. Nobody said that he was going to win the Rumble. So I just don't see the issue here.
Can I add something real quick? Now, yes, we knew he was coming back. Come on, everyone can saw this coming a mile away. Even Stevie Wonder can. Granted, was this with this Triple H 02, it's a beautiful day. No, it was not. But you knew going in, he was coming back at the Royal Rumble. And I'll say, I'll go one step further. He has to win the Rumble now.
Yeah.
I think they're building him. He's winning the Rumble.
He has to win. And you know what? I said this a couple of weeks ago. I would make Dominic the Iron Man in the Rumble, right? By skin or by crook, he survives until, I guess, his dad shows up, whatever the fuck it may be. You know what? Would you guys make Cody number 1?
No.
I do. I have Cody.
You do?
Because when was the last time? Oh, no. So Edge did it in 2021. Edge entered at 1. I think it was because it was him and Randy at 1 and 2. But you didn't do that with a crowd. So the last time that somebody entered at 1 or 2 and won the Rumble with a live crowd is what? Is it? Somebody did it in like 2011, 2012? No. Was it Shawn?
Last time somebody came in at 1 and won it, I think was Shawn Michaels.
I think it was before Edge, because Edge did it. Edge did it in 2021, but didn't have a crowd. I have number 1 be Cody Rhodes, and I have number 2 be Seth Rollins. I think you do that. That's your first 2 in the Rumble is Cody and Seth. I think this is exactly
a good story.
And then I have Cody run the gauntlet. And I mean, I know a lot of people were saying like don't put Cody in the Rumble at the same time as Sami Zayn.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think Sami Zayn's going to be in the Rumble. I think Roman's not going to let him be in the Rumble, and that's why he's going to turn on Roman. Is he's going to say you wouldn't let me be in the Rumble. That's part of the reason why he turns. I think he's turning on Roman. I would start Seth and Cody at 1 and 2. I think that's your way to start it. Just like in 2021, because it was Edge coming back from injury, because he had, I think also he had a torn tricep. So I think you have that.
I agree with you there.
Now, granted, he's not going to be in the ring the entire match.
It's also a Rumble. It doesn't take a lot out of you physically.
Exactly.
Like, go ask anybody who's ever worked a Battle Royal. They say it's the most boring match to work because you just sit there.
I'm a sucker for Battle Royal. I'm a sucker.
I like a good Royal Rumble.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite events of the top of the year.
Steve,
of any year.
We'll address that. Let's address that at the end of the show because people were gonna probably ask questions throughout. We'll address all of that later.
Yes.
Romeo was saying coming off a torn pec, hell no. I think he's been fine for at least a month. I think Cody's been fine for about a month or so. I think he's perfectly fine to do it.
I get why he's saying that because Cena came in at number 30 and
Cena came in at 20.
Was that the 08? The 08 Rumble?
He came in at 28, right? Or was it 30? I thought it was 28.
It was 30. It was 30 because Triple H was in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, Triple H was in the ring. He cleared the ring, and then
yeah, I know Hunter was in the ring. I thought he was at 20. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Cena's within 3 months, right? Like that was about 3 months.
His was shorter.
Cody got the surgery early to mid-June. It's now it's going to be late January. I think he'll be okay to wrestle. And knowing, like, let's be real, Cody also wrestled Hell in a Cell with a torn pec. So that man doesn't care. He'll get in the ring. He'll go wrestle. He'll do a Royal Rumble for 40 minutes, and I'm sure you can book it perfectly fine to where he's not really going to take a hell of a beating. But even then, Cody doesn't give a shit. The man lit himself on fire. Like, I don't think Cody cares about wrestling. I think he'll wrestle. Like, I'm sure if he could wrestle today in a 1 hour Iron Man match, he would do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how this dude is. I think bring him in and you have him do the Iron Man.
Going back to the number 1 and number 2, I agree with you on at least 1 and 2 being a story-driven beginning.
Yeah.
And have a story-driven ending. Like your final 4 or your final 2 has to end with the story as well.
I think if you wanted, I think the cool thing would be start with Rollins and Cody, end with Rollins and Cody. That should be your first 2. That should be your last 2, because I don't think we've ever seen that.
Right.
Like, I'm sure I could be like, I know we've seen people obviously run the gauntlet, but I've never seen the first 2 also be the last 2. And the story that they had going out that Seth even after Seth lost Hell in a Cell, he still took out Cody.
Was it that year that Shawn won it the first time? Wasn't the first 2 Shawn and Bulldog?
Yes.
Dude, you're going
there you go.
95.
95. So what we haven't seen that in nearly 30 years.
Yeah. Ooh,
I think that's
Jesus
a good
Christ.
28 years. I think that's a really good thing you can do. I think you start out with both of them. I think especially considering that Seth is a babyface again. He's getting really loud pops. If you want to really get pops in that crowd, you do Cody, you do Seth at the same time. You get the crowd really on their feet, and I think that's a really good way to start the Rumble. Is you get that. You immediately go into that. That should be your 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, like Romeo saying, Seth in the ring dominating, and then Cody's music hits to a big pop, and he's annoyed. The only issue is that Seth is a face, so I don't
More like
necessarily.
a tweener, though. He's more like a tweener.
But
I feel like
he's getting babyface reactions, so I think that's a little risky on like who will
But
fans
also,
hear.
Seth is one of those people who can flip the crowd on a dime.
He can, yeah, I think he can.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I think you're going to get a better reaction if you just start out with both of them. You immediately you start out with them both, and then you immediately have Seth work as the heel, and then that cements that okay, Seth's going to be a heel in this match because the fans are going to be wanting to ride Cody immediately. But again, it's just I wouldn't do it. Like I think that's another it's a good option. Just if I'm the booker, I start with it.
fair enough.
Fair. All right. So up next, Elias and MVP stuff. We'll get back to that. Street Profits, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins taking on Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, the former Hurt Business, former Raw Tag Team Champions. Ooh, that was a long fucking time ago. This was I like this match. I thought it was actually a pretty fun match going for a little bit. Let me get these images up. I forgot about images. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to putting images up. Like before the show, I was telling Big Mike, I'm like, I found some really good images I like. Yeah, this was a good back and forth match. MVP was ringside with Cedric and Shelton. And the finish of this was MVP came in a little late, and Angelo Dawkins had already hit the splash. I think it was the splash he had hit in the corner, and then he pulled Cedric away after he had already hit it. And Cedric, they hit the knees, but then Angelo got him that crucifix pin and pinned Cedric. And there's trouble in the business already. The business ain't going so well. The business ain't booming. And we already have some confrontations. Shelton and Cedric confronting MVP post-match. I feel like we're going to be saying this for a lot of the show. This was perfectly fine.
Other than the fact that, Angelo Dawkins came out in Bengals attire and got no reaction at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He came out and dripped down.
I mean, granted, he is a passionate Bengals fan, right? He is like a diehard Bengals fan.
Yeah,
he was at the game.
And no reaction.
At least it didn't come off on TV as a good reaction.
I love, though, how Corey was like, oh, you didn't win anything. I thought they lost, but then I found out they won. I'll come late to the party. Call me late to the party, okay?
Yeah, this match was 9 minutes and 15 seconds. The first match was 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Definitely did not feel like 9 minutes. It felt like 2.
Yeah.
But I think most of this was probably in commercial. That's why. I remember actually seeing maybe 2 minutes of in-ring because every single match on this show, 80% of the matches took place during commercial.
Yeah, and a lot of it wasn't like picture-in-picture. It was like straight-up commercial.
They don't do picture-in-picture on Raw. Usually. Sometimes they do. NXT, they do it now, I think, again.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Why not have the story be Cody Rhodes overcoming the bloodline and the last 2 in the ring being Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes? That's a terrible fucking idea. Sami Zayn will get cheered over Cody. That's how you get Cody. That's how you get a 2014
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio. That's how you get that situation where it was
What if they both go? That could be worse. You can add them two and they both go over the top rope at the same time. And an outcome Triple H squad.
Not have. I do not put. I think if you want to get heat on Roman, you have Roman say, "Sammy, you're not going to be in the Rumble. You're not going in the Rumble because then you get the face. Then if you win, you face me, and we're not going to do that."
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you do because I think Roman might be a little scared that Sammy could actually beat him. Next up, I did not like this. To be honest, this promo did nothing for me. Becky Lynch, they said that why would you advertise that Becky was going to confront Bayley or going to call out Bayley? That was so stupid. Just say Becky wants to talk. But this was called Becky calls out Bayley, and Becky called out Bayley and called her get rid of that banner for a second.
Which one? Okay.
Get rid of that. Yeah. So Becky called out Bailey, called her a Karen, called her like a kumquat eating bitch or something like that. Something with a kumquat. And then said Bailey complained that Becky was called up in her spot, which didn't really make sense because Becky got called up because Bailey was the NXT Women's Champion at the time. That's the reason why Bailey was the only one who stayed down. And then Becky was bringing up all the stuff about the man and how she did it all herself. Bailey needed other people. But that's also not true because Becky only became the man because Nia Jax broke her nose. This was just awkward. They set this up for a steel cage match next week. This didn't work. I liked the outcome. The best thing about this was Bailey in the Kittle jersey. And Bailey looked really good. Bailey looked great.
It's crazy because they're not even playing each other. I mean, now again, I'm not familiar with all these football players and stuff, but the person on the back of the name that at one time that he played for the Bengals. That's what they're in Cincinnati and his Heat and all that stuff.
Oh my God, no, Steve,
No,
you're so wrong.
That's why I said earlier.
She's from the area.
Wearing George Kittle. George Kittle is the tight end for the 49ers, a known wrestling fan who throws up the Cero Miedo. Anytime he makes a big play, he goes Cero Miedo in the camera. And she's from the Bay Area, so she was wearing a San Francisco 49ers jersey.
Fair enough.
That's why.
That's the only.
Not for it's because she wanted to wear it.
That's the only correlation.
Romeo, I had to make sure, I had to point out. That's why I had to take that banner down. Need to make it clear that Bailey looked amazing last night.
Let me see this one more time. Put that clip one more time. Put it one time.
What, the picture?
There it is.
Steve, stop. You told me to put it up, and then you put it up.
Oh my.
Yeah, we don't need horny Steve on the stream.
Hear me out.
Well, Big Mike, how do you feel about this promo that I thought was just not good?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the talking segments in this show wasn't it, and this was one of them. Like nothing made it. I understand why they did it, but it just didn't. It was a total miss, total miss, and we really didn't need it. And a lot of the things that Becky says, I can't really like digest her way of talking still to this day. Like you said, she called her a kumquat. What did she call her?
I'm sure I can find it. Something about kumquat.
Like I hated one of the gimmicks that I really hated was her when she was the last kicker and she would just say puns all the time. Like her way of structuring a promo is just terrible. Still,
get your kumquat eating ass out here. And a lot of people thought it was a really good insult. I heavily disagree. I thought that was stupid.
No.
And I'm a Becky stan. I don't think she was good last night. It felt really like
I love her wrestling. It's just her talking at some point. Like sometimes she can lay a good one-liner, but at the end of the day, it's corny. It's very corny. Steve, what about you?
I think Reese the last few weeks has been really corny.
Yeah, it was not my cup of tea either. It really was not. Granted, to be fair, we're getting a cage match. Again, this was done just to get people to tune into next week because, 30th anniversary of Raw. We're getting a steel cage match. This is great, right? Women in the cage going at it on Monday Night Raw. Yay. That's what I feel like this was more for. Granted, I mean, how many times we've seen them already go? I'm good. At this point, I'm good.
I'm excited for another match between them.
Yes.
I know somebody said Becky should win and they can do a rubber at the Rumble. I don't need two matches in the same week between these women. They're good, but like I don't know. I think between any members of the Horsewoman, these two work the least for me together because both Bayley and Becky's promos can be corny, especially since coming back. I don't think Bayley has not clicked on the mic for me since she's returned. And they can be a little corny. And Becky especially, Becky can be very corny on the mic, which is why I think she did some really good heel work. And as the man, it's a little corny too, but if she can bounce off the right heel, it works. The issue is that she was bouncing off of somebody else who was also who's a corny heel. And I just don't think that these two characters don't mesh well. And I also just they felt very hypocritical for it felt like Becky was being heelish. But I don't know why you would I didn't like that. I just didn't like most of this.
I also think that she needs to find like a happy medium between the two personalities that she's trying to do. It's like she's trying to do the man Becky Lynch, and she's also trying to mix that with Big Time Bex, which was her face and heel persona. It's find a medium. Like don't try and do one week and one the next week. Find a medium.
It's just weird that because they had a lot of steam behind Rhea and doing Rhea and Becky, and then they just dropped it. Now I don't even I guess they're doing Bianca Alexa rematch, but that story is also dog shit. Like it feels like all the women's stories right now. I don't care about any of these stories, and we're gonna talk about Michin and Io Sky a little later, but do not care about anything going on with the women in WWE. Like NXT, nothing for the women is working. Raw, some stuff was working. Like I like what they were doing with Becky and Rhea, and then they just abandoned it. And Rhea's not even in a feud with a woman anymore. I don't know why she's not in some she should be challenging for the title. I would assume that I think they moved Rhea to Mania, but then do Rhea and Becky at the Rumble. That would have been a good feud leading into the Rumble and giving Rhea a big win. Don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know why Bianca's in this spooky shit. We're also going to talk about that. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's all fucking terrible. Next up, we had Elias versus Omos. Am I honest? I kind of liked this. I thought it was a good use of Omos. Omos was basically just kind of in control. Elias trying to hit some moves. They go to the outside. Elias goes to continue beating. He got ahead. Got some control over Omos, pushing him into the stairs and the ring post on the outside. MVP blocked Elias with his cane from going after Omos. Elias grabbed the guitar to go hit MVP, and then Omos beat his ass up, threw him in the ring, slammed the guitar on the outside, and then once he was back in the ring, Elias had a bunch of jumping knees on him, went for the top rope. Omos grabbed him with that slam and then threw him down. Omos with the victory here. I thought Omos wearing actual gear. I liked that. I like that he has gear now. I thought this was one of his better performances. But another match on this show that was if this was the only match that we had that was a short match, fine. But every match on this show, we're gonna keep going. The next. Besides the next match, the two after following are under 5 minutes. We had so many short matches. I just don't give a shit about.
Yeah. I missed this match initially, but I watched it right before we went live, and I agree with you. This match was pretty decent for Omos standards.
For Omos standards, it needs to be pointed out. It's Omos standards.
Yeah. And normally I don't really pay attention to both of these guys that were in this match, but like you said before, this was really good. I mean, it was nice, short, sweet, to the point. Like Steve always says all the time, when somebody is this big and more dominant, no matter if it's a man or a woman, less is more. And this was great.
Exactly. And it was great to see Omos return again. He was gone for a minute.
To be fair, I did not need him back.
I'm happy to see him back, especially at a time where the Rumble. And again, we talk about scenarios, right?
God, do not put this man in the Rumble.
No,
they are he's in the Rumble.
We're talking about scenarios, right? I'm not saying he can be the fucking out. I talked about how Dominic should be the Iron Man, how Cody should be number one.
Do you say Dominic should be the Iron Man?
Dominic should be like the Iron Man.
Dominic can't wrestle 5 minutes, let
Hear me
alone
out.
40 in a
But here's the
match.
thing. But wouldn't it be funny as fuck though for ex-con Dom by hook or by crook?
It would be a bad match. I defend Dom, but no.
Finds a
That
way
would
to
be
hang
so
on,
bad.
hide under the ring, whatever the fuck.
No. That would be a waste of it. No. Put Dom in the Rumble, but that guy should be in there for 3 minutes.
No.
And whoever eliminates him gets massive cheers. Dominic should not be there for more than 3 minutes.
Or be the Santino in 09, makes to the ring, then goes over the top rope. He wasn't ready, right?
He should either get him in and get him out immediately, or have him in for 3 minutes to do 3 little, like, do the bad frog splash, do the bad 619. Yeah, thank you, Romeo. An all-time bad idea from Steve. Horrible. Y'all want this man who can barely wrestle? Like, I like Dominic's mic work, but oh my god, that guy cannot wrestle.
Listen, but again, however, but Omos, he'd probably be that guy that could probably get the most eliminations until he meets that train called Braun Strowman or Care Bear, we call him.
I think Omos is probably in there for 3 to 4 minutes. He's not getting the most eliminations. I think it's probably Cody who gets the most. Because then, if Omos is getting the most eliminations, you have to assume he's in there for 15 to 20 minutes, or he's either cleaning house. They have not given me the idea that Omos would clean house with 8 to 10 eliminations, because they haven't built him like that. I think he'll get in. He'll probably throw out 2 guys immediately, and then everybody's going to gang up and get rid of him. He's another guy who should not be in there for top 90 seconds at most. He's not built for that. Like, I also don't like big men in Rumbles. It's pointless. I don't think they do anything interesting in Rumbles.
Fair
Right, but CM Punk can wrestle. Dominic cannot. That's the difference. Punk is a good wrestler.
Was at this point, we don't even know if he's going to come back or not.
Is a good wrestler. He's not retired. He's under contract. So is a good wrestler. Dominic shouldn't be there for just a little bit. He's highly beloved in the what the fuck are you talking about? Dominic Mysterio, highly beloved in the lucha community. Dominic Mysterio is not a luchador.
He was trained by luchador though. He was trained.
Don't give a fuck. He ain't a fucking luchador. Do you see the way this guy wrestles? He ain't a luchador. Somebody who loves Dominic Mysterio. He's my favorite wrestler right now. That guy is
entertainer right now.
He's my favorite sports entertainer, 100%. My favorite in WWE.
Ex-con Dom. Listen, I'm not for nothing. I look forward to the ex-con Dominic action figure.
Steve, go ask legendary luchadors how they feel about Dominic Mysterio, and they would all say we do not claim him as a luchador.
I'm just saying though, Mattel, give me that ex-con Dom action figure. I'm just saying, the bandana, the jack, the flannel. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait.
Dominic Mysterio. Oh my god. Beloved by
Everyone's right to their opinion, man. It is what it is. Anyway.
That's not an opinion. He's stating a fact there. He's stating a fact that he is highly beloved by the lucha community. That's not an opinion. That is stating a fact. That is an incorrect fact, Steve.
Hey, man.
That's not an opinion. That is someone stating a fact. It's like if I just stated that I'm the best wrestler in anybody who's on anybody in Fightful. I'm the best wrestler out of anybody who's ever been on Fightful.
Probably
even though Fightful has had Sean Ross Sapp, who is actually a trained wrestler. Even though Fightful has had other Righteous Reg was a trained wrestler.
Hey man, he did amazing in the Clusterfuck Battle Royal. He did amazing. Point that out.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with this conversation, Steve. Next up, we have the Judgment Day versus the Alpha Academy. This was actually one of the longer matches on the show, surprisingly. Yes. They gave them some time here. Damian Priest, of course, being the top guy in this group, carrying everything done in the ring. Alpha Academy continues to play the role of a pseudo babyface. Otis hits the Caterpillar. Gable was able to get Priest in that standing ankle lock. The finish came when Gable had Dominic Mysterio in an ankle lock as well. The ref was distracted by Rhea. Damian Priest hit that what does he call it? The South of Heaven choke slam onto Chad Gable when the ref was distracted, and Dominic Mysterio got the pin, barely was able to get over there and make that cover, pinned Chad Gable. Judgment Day have a win going into their match next week for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. Big Mike, how you feel about this tag match?
The tag match was good. I enjoyed it. Man, they gotta give Damian Priest something after carrying a lot of this work with Dominic. Man, this dude went from doing this stuff with Bad Bunny to this, and it's just he's making great out of the little that they give him, and I don't think it's appreciated at all.
Facts. Big facts. I mean, granted, they had a long time in the match, but again, knowing that these guys have a tag team match coming up in next week for the titles, gotta give them that momentum, give them that edge. And yes, can we please give Damian Priest, again, we're talking about people, give this guy an award, for real, for carrying this team, for carrying this whole match. Fuck, give him a good spot in the Rumble. Give him the 30 number. Fuck, give him number 30.
He's not getting number. Okay, sure. We're gonna give 30 to a tag team.
I didn't think that was gonna lead to another bad take. I'm sorry.
Hey, it is what it is.
That's literally this whole show has just been Steve giving bad takes about the Rumble. This is actually Dominic Mysterio's 4th highest rated match on Cage Match, and his 5th highest rated was last week. He is and then his number 1 highest rated was the match at what's the pay-per-view? Survivor Series War Games. So yeah, he's doing better work. Priest low-key carrying. Finn kind of carried also, and I haven't even watched the match. I would assume Finn kind of carried in that War Games match, or the match at War Games, not in War Games. But yeah, I think Dom is doing better work, but it's also that he's being carried. Let's be real here. Like he was in the ring for I think a total of like 2 minutes out of the 11 minutes that match went. So yeah, do not overexpose him. Let Priest do the majority of work here. Let Dom hit his few moves, get the heat. Perfect. Next up, we had Io Sky with Dakota Kai versus Michin Mia Yim with Candice LeRae. They still cannot decide if she's Michin or Mia Yim. This was, I believe, this was 4 minutes, and I was kind of pissed off because these two are very talented. The crowd gave them absolutely nothing. They gave them nothing. They gave them 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Mia Yim Michin defeated Io Sky, of course, because we got to have one of your women's tag team champions getting pinned because they don't care about women's tag teams in WWE. They don't care about those titles. They are fucking meaningless. I thought this was good for the time that they got. Mia Yim hitting that German suplex onto Io Sky, looking great. Post-match, Dakota Kai and Io Sky went after Michin, but Candice LeRae got in there and helped. And it looks like they're kind of building to Michin and Candice LeRae versus Dakota and Io Damage Katarl for the tag team champions. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah. Steve, I think we need to drug test you after what you've been saying.
All right. Listen, regarding this tag team match,
Wait, what?
Regarding that tag team match, listen.
Steve, we're not on the match.
We're not on the tag team match.
Still talking about Michin and Candice LeRae and
When did I say that there was a tag team match?
That was a tag team match.
God.
No.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Big Mike, how did you feel about Michin Mia Yim taking on Io Sky?
I thought this match was
a good match if they gave them 4 fucking minutes.
I thought this match was good, and I agree. They need to give these two women more time, especially with the talent in the ring. I really miss like when they actually gave the women time. Like, you need time, please. With these two women. These two women can go. And it just left me wanting more.
Yeah. Me too.
Steve did not watch the match.
I was watching Tom, fuck up, man. Tom was fucking around, okay? at the same time. That damn Tom Brady fucking around. So there you go. Let's move on.
After this, oh god, the next like 2 segments are really bad. Bianca Belair returned to Monday Night Raw. And I did not watch this. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with everybody here. I'm done. I'm done with Uncle Howdy segments. I refuse to watch anymore. I'm just going off of my Fightful notes. Bianca Belair returns. She challenges Alexa Bliss to say it to her face after she ran her mouth last week. Alexa Bliss comes out and Bianca challenges her to a title match at the Royal Rumble. They also start to brawl right then and there. Bianca takes Alexa into the crowd and almost hits her with a KOD onto a pair of chairs. But Uncle Howdy arrives.
Beautiful.
Through the back, Uncle Howdy's just peeking out over there. Spooky pervert. This is like, y'all remember 2019 Dark Order when the best friends called them spooky perverts? That's what Uncle Howdy is. He's a spooky pervert peeking out from over there, watching the women. This was fucking stupid. This is so.
I know it's ridiculous at this point in juncture. It's ridiculous.
It's all this dude is
basically what this shows me that now Bianca's afraid.
in the background. Just
how do they keep letting Bray do this stupid shit? This is so funny.
I want to know.
It's so stupid, man.
This is the worst.
Hey man, Triple H, man, creative, right? Triple H and creative.
I prefer Randy setting Bray on fire again over what's going on. This is bad.
Whoa. Man, you burned a dog.
Like, I'd rather have them murder a guy in the middle of the ring again because they set him up. That was so bad where I laughed at it. This, like, I found it funny and stupid.
You need to watch Impact Wrestling,
and it's funny, but it's not in like an actual comedic way. It's in, I cannot believe that they're doing this. This is so bad.
Look at that. Look, even Weston agrees. Look at that, Caden. Finally, something me and Caden can agree on. I'm done with Uncle Howdy. He can get off my screen.
Everybody's done with Uncle Howdy.
I think at this point in juncture, everyone's done with Uncle Howdy. I've had it up there here with Uncle Howdy. Up there here with it.
Big Mike, do you care about this Mountain Dew pitch black match?
No. I don't even know what that is.
I'll be honest.
Never heard
don't
of
know. They're just calling it the Mountain Dew pitch black match.
I'll say this. I'll be probably stoned as fuck watching it. So I'm just watch for what it is and see what happens.
Dude, we don't even know like who thought of this type of a match. Who was high at the creative table that
come
day?
on, we all know the answer here. It was one Wyndham Rotunda.
But like I said,
dude, whatever he's smoking, pass it along.
Listen, all I'm saying is, it's a shame because again, we know how good LA Knight is. And remember what I said like a while ago? Like they're giving him chicken shit, and he's trying to turn into chicken salad. Yeah. But even at this point, it's like, for him, please give this guy a raise. Please give this guy whatever he wants after this. Seriously, once this is done, give him whatever he's asking for.
You know what? You know what would be sad?
He gets released.
Sad.
If he gets released
after this, because he couldn't get this over.
They'll probably they'll put the blame on him. Fuck this shit. You think they're gonna blame Bray?
No.
It's
like LA, like go back to being.
No, with Vince being back, Vince will fire Bray in a heartbeat.
He's gonna fire everybody.
And
some interesting news out of Fightful Select. So there's a lot of if you guys go on Peacock, you can watch some indie events. Like there's Progress, there's Evolve. There's a few others on there.
I think also.
Who?
WXW from Germany.
Yeah, WXW. There's a few on there. Supposedly they will be leaving Peacock.
Really?
There's no reason. Nobody knows why. It says, leaving Mendy wondering what's up. Fightful Select has learned that as of now, WWE is not continuing independent content on the WWE network on Peacock. Several of the companies already have plans in order to follow up. All right, I'm bending this fucker.
Already ahead of you.
I'll put him in timeout for now.
You blocked
Okay, you
him.
blocked him. Okay, I was just going to. You're going to come in here and say wrestling is fake. Go fuck yourself.
Well,
Yeah, you're gonna subscribe just to say that. Like, what?
Yeah,
What an idiot!
well, not a subscriber mode. It's not a subscriber.
It's not in subscriber mode.
God
Okay.
damn it, Steve.
Listen, you got people to comment in. And there's a
Make them
One-
subscribe if they're going to
well,
comment in.
we're one big happy family, but at the same time, don't say no stupid shit here now. Even though it's
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I'll run down. I have the producers list and I have some backstage notes. I'll run those down after we get through these next two matches. Next up, we had Bronson Reed versus Akira Tozawa. I'm going to be perfectly honest with everybody. This took too long to get Bronson Reed's first match back since going away and being Jonah in New Japan. It should have been like all of 2 seconds. This should have just been one move and over, but they let Bronson hit some moves on Akira, threw him into the barricade. That was fucking nasty. That flying shoulder tackle. He did the big frog splash to win. No, Safet, the pitch black match is not going to be a cinematic match. They're done with those. They're not doing cinematic matches.
It's over. It's a wrap.
We're not in a pandemic anymore. I think it's literally going like if y'all been watching like any Bray Wyatt segment where they have like the one thing on like they have the one light on the ring. I think that's what the match is going to be. Like the arena will be pitch black and they're going to have one light on the ring and that's going to be the match. Also, is it Bray? Is it the Fiend? Is this Uncle Howdy? What are we going to see? Like what Bray is showing up?
Yeah. This is a great ass whooping.
Bray smoking a cigarette in the fucking Bray smoking some. No, he's gonna be smoking weed. Bray smoking some fucking weed in Louisiana swamp. Like, what Bray is this?
Yes, this was a great ass whooping. Put a little something extra into Tosawa's track. Listen, I said this a while ago. The fact that Akira Tozawa debuted in WWE in 2016 in that Cruiserweight Classic and has survived all these mass releases.
Props to this man.
It's
I don't know what the
it's
fuck
a miracle.
I don't
It's
know
a
how he
miracle.
still has a contract. I'm so confused.
But good for him, though. And
I thought he'd be fired. When he was still around after 2021, I said he'll be gone in 2021. He wasn't gone by the end of 2021. I said 2022. He made it another fucking year. Congrats to this guy.
Good for him, yo. He's getting the bag. Good for him, yo.
I don't know.
So Sawa is like JTG, yo.
Yeah, Jason Romeo. I don't know. Steve seems like he Coach Staley calling a game right now.
Coach Staley.
Steve Staley. We got Steve Staley. He probably just doesn't. He sees the Connecticut number and he goes, "Nope, I'm not answering." He just sees it like it'll be like a random number and it just says Stanford, Connecticut. Nope. I'm not answering that today.
Nope, we ain't answering that today, buddy. No.
I'll go to Raw. I'll show up. If they tell me to go home, I guess I'm going home. But then they forget by the time Raw rolls around. They don't remember again. This was like the only good match on the show coming up next to me. But most of it was fucking commercials. So much of this match was commercials. We had a 6-pack challenge, number one contender for the WWE United States Championship. For some reason, Fightful says Baton Corbin. Pretty sure his name is not, or Baton Corbin. Pretty sure that's not a wrestler. We had Baron Corbin, The Miz, Finn Balor, Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley. This was an elimination match, which I was very happy about. I like when they do elimination matches. When they do the multi-man elimination. But yeah, Rollins eliminated The Miz when he had Dolph Ziggler in a figure 4 leg lock and left himself open to a curb stomp. Rollins also eliminated Dolph Ziggler with the pedigree. Then Omos arrives. Omos causes Lashley to get distracted. Lashley actually almost loses off of that. Balor hits the coup de grace on Lashley. But as soon as he hits the coup de grace, this was fucking dope. I don't think I have a picture of this. I almost did. I should have grabbed it. But he hits the coup de grace, and then Rollins rolls in while Finn's getting ready to go make the pin and hits the curb stomp, pins Finn Balor. 1, 2, 3, eliminates another guy. Rollins just taking out everybody in this match. The final two is Rollins and Bobbles. Another picture I got up here. Dolph Ziggler hitting that super kick onto Balor. It comes down to it comes down to
Look, he's smacking his thigh. Look, he's smacking the thigh. Look at him.
Do not care, Steve. Everybody knows they smack the thighs.
I know.
Yeah, it came down to Rollins and Lashley. Rollins hits the curb stomp on Omos, a fucking sick curb stomp. Oh my god, Omos went face first into a monitor. That's the best selling Omos has done was taking that curb stomp. Rollins gets back of the ring, gets speared by Bobby Lashley as he's going for that curb stomp. Lashley pins him 1, 2, 3. Next week, Raw is XXX. We will have Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Raw is porn.
More.
Do not search Raw, guys, do not Google Raw XXX. Make sure you throw in wrestling, WWE, whatever. I did search it, and the contrast, the first result was a WrestleZone article. The second was porn.
The fact that WrestleZone
Gotta
popped up
love
on
it.
that. Gotta love
WrestleZone was
it.
first. Congrats to them. But then immediately after was X videos.
I believe it.
Gotta love it.
I believe it. I believe it.
I
He
sent
sent
that
the
in group
screenshot.
chat.
What are you
I
talking about?
screenshotted
He sent
it.
it
I
in the
know.
group chat.
I know.
Twitter, and I was like, maybe I should delete this. I shouldn't put this on Twitter. I feel like people would be like a little upset about this. I just deleted it. Big Mike, had your feel about this main event and Bobby Lashley looking powerful, but Rollins was the MVP here.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, when you got matches like this and you got Rollins in it, this remembers this I remember this reminds me of when Rollins was in that Gauntlet match some years back and he was just the MVP of that. It is the same deal here. You got an elimination match, multi-man match. Rollins is going to just gonna soar, you know, and whoever he's putting over is gonna be strong going into the next bit of the feud, like Bobby Lashley is with Austin Theory. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match. It was a good way to end off Raw.
Facts.
Steve, did you even watch the match?
I did. I did watch the match. I did. Lashley got his win. We're gonna get him in Theory. I thought Rollins had a very good showing here.
Can you give insight that I did not say or Big Mike did not say?
I did love the fact that they got all these former U.S. champions in this match. They had Theory on commentating on this, and they still went back to the whole Theory and Rollins because there was history there still. I love the fact that they also went back to Bobby Lashley and MVP and the Hurt Business. You know, what the hell are you doing here and all that stuff. Ziggler, like Chase said right now, Ziggler looked good here as well for someone who, at this point, at this stage of the game, is just putting over young talent, making them look like $1 million and getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know,
is Baton Corbin a former U.S. champion? Corbin,
Baron Corbin.
Yes, he
I
is.
believe
no,
so.
I know. I mean Baton
Unfortunately.
Corbin. According to Fightful, it was Baton Corbin.
Happy Corbin, the modern day wrestling god.
No, Baton Corbin. That's what Robert D. Bates said.
Baton Corbin, yeah. Baton
Corbin.
Yes, Baton
Baton
Corbin.
I love
Corbin.
Robert busting his balls on this one.
Baton Corbin, yeah.
But yeah.
That was Raw.
In a nutshell. In a
Yeah,
fucking nutshell. Again, did this show get anyone go? Did this show make anyone go, oh my God, you know? No.
This didn't make me say I need to rewatch this. I
No.
like not even like
No.
some
It
usually like
excites me for the
something
Rumble?
in the
No.
show. I'll say like I need to rewatch this. We also still don't have ratings out, which is
I
odd.
don't think so. I've been trying to scour Twitter and see if anybody.
If AEW, I know you try to say if AEW the thing back in 2016, do y'all think Dolph Ziggler would have left the WWE because there was
I think
talk
so.
of him leaving back?
Yeah,
but
for
he
sure.
never
I
did?
think Dolph. I think if there was a competitive, if there was a viable competitor, I think Dolph would have left. But at the time in 2016, you didn't have Ring of Honor where it was by 2017, 2018. Or I would say 2018. The Ring of Honor wasn't at its heights by that point when the Elite were in full gear. You didn't. I think New Japan, but I don't think he would have fit in New Japan.
I think he's just a lifer at this point. To be honest
Impact
with you.
TNA was not at the level that they were at a few years prior, and you didn't have AEW. So yeah, I think if Dolph is, I think if AEW started in 2016, oh yeah, I think he would have. I think now he realizes that he doesn't have I think now he's probably where he is. He's on the tail end of his career. I think he's gonna finish here.
I personally feel like at this point easy storyline for WWE.
Romeo's right. We're gonna get delayed ratings because of MLK being a holiday.
Probably Thursday or tomorrow. Probably.
Usually they're delayed by a day.
Yeah, so we'll get.
WrestleNomics put up the SmackDown rating from Friday 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but they get the
And
overnights, right?
By the way,
I don't know.
WWE did cinematic matches before with fans. They're way before. Yeah, I guess for when
they did
Woken Mad and Bray Wyatt. Yeah, they just did one.
They did one. They're not. This is not a cinematic match. They would have said that beforehand. This is not a cinematic match. They did one, and they only did it because the final deletion was so popular, and it was also on Raw. It was not a pay-per-view match. It was a Raw match. So no, they're not. They have not. Like, I don't know what indicates that they would do a cinematic match, considering they haven't done a cinematic match in over 2 years. Their last one, I think, was Extreme Rules 2020. I don't think they've done a cinematic match since then, unless you're counting all of the Thunderdome matches as cinematic, which you could. But in terms of a cinematic match, they have not done one, I think, since the Swamp match, which was Extreme Rules. I think it was Extreme Rules 2020.
Yeah, they did 2 supposedly.
I can't think of the other one. Oh,
about when New Day went to the farm.
Yeah, they did do another one. I just don't remember what it was.
I think they're produced by what's the dude's name?
Jeremy Borash?
Jeremy Borash, yeah, Jeremy Borash.
Yeah, Wyatt Family and New Day did something.
Yeah.
There was a few okay, so we're gonna go back to Roddy Piper and Gold Dust. Really? 1996, we're gonna throw back almost 30 years and say that that's an example of them doing a cinematic match. Come on.
I mean,
come on.
At that time.
They did Randy Orton, Wyatt in the beginning before.
And they were like in the house, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. They did Taker and the OC.
No, but that was
Taker and AJ.
Yeah, but that was during
pandemic.
COVID. During COVID, they did a few. I'm saying since then they stopped doing them.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's no chance that this is a pitch black match because they would have announced it by now. Because fans do still like Bray. He still gets very big pops.
But his creative though is not a pop though.
But I mean, I think casuals. I don't know how casuals feel. Like, we're not.
Oh, they love him.
Hardcore.
They love him.
Yeah, the casuals do love him. The House of Horrors match. Yeah, fucking awful. That was so bad.
Yeah,
I do not. I mean, I'm sure I can find to confirm that it's not going to be a cinematic match, but I can tell you 99% positive that it's not going to be a cinematic match. It's
Gator versus Dominic at WrestleMania needs to happen.
I mean, if I trained for 6 months, I could probably be a better wrestler than Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic and Caden as a tag team.
Dude, we'd be the worst tag team of all time.
The world's worst tag team.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Booking GC.
All right. Well, Mike, what do you rate this Raw? I'll give it a letter grade.
I'm gonna give it a number and a letter. It's gonna be a C-, and I give it a 3 out of 10. Well, no, I'll give it a 4.9 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, about to say out of 10. Usually it's 5, buddy. I'm gonna give it a C-. C-. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. 5.
I'm gonna give this. Romeo's giving it an F.
F.
You know, I did like. I don't. I'm gonna give it a C-. I can't. No, you know what? I'm gonna give it a D. I'll give it a good old D. I think a D+ is a little too high for me. I'll give it a straight up D. Considering I don't think UF even does pluses for our letter grades, anyways. So maybe we do. I don't fucking know. I'll give it a D. And I'm
I'll change mine too. I'll give it a D+.
Okay,
I'll give it a D+.
Yeah, giving this a big fat D. Not the good kind. Not the one you want. This is gonna get a 3 out of 10. I thought this show was really stinky. Did not smell good.
Disappointment.
This was a very stinky Raw.
was
just
doo
looking at,
doo. It was doo doo.
'cause,
Raw
yeah,
was
I mean,
doo.
going through the matches, there was like one match that was like passable as decent, and
Yes.
most of it was in fucking commercial. So when your best Raw is like 75% commercial, get the fuck out of here. Fucking
Yes.
stupid.
But that being said, they stacked up. They literally stacked
Yeah,
up
they
this
stacked up next
30th
week.
anniversary show. You have the
Yeah.
Raw Tag Team title match, the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline. You have Bailey and Becky in the cage. You have Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory for the U.S. title. You
It's
also
that,
have
but they like, I
the
mean,
ceremony for Roman Reigns.
yeah, but who knows if like any of those like because they it looks good on paper. Who knows if they're actually going to be good, and if they what my biggest issue with Raw right now.
MLK rolling in his grave at this show.
My biggest issue with Raw is that all of these matches are in commercial. Like, come on, y'all can't figure out some deal with USA to give like to do picture in picture like AEW.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I watch wrestling for wrestling, and last night was the least wrestling show that they've done in a very long time. It felt like they did not do a lot of in ring. At least last week we had an hour of a match, and while it was not the greatest match ever, it was pretty like I thought it was decent, and it was at least an hour of wrestling. I'll prefer that. Give me something in the ring. Give me in-ring shit. Don't give me 5 minutes of Michin and Io Sky. Don't give me 2 minutes of like, yeah, I prefer like Elias and Omasa. That was the only short match on the show. I would have taken it. But every match on this show was short. They did not give time to anything on this show besides the main event.
MLK's happy, Roman. What you mean? Lashley got the win, and Omos made his return, and Cody announced his return
And
too.
Cody Devontae Rhodes.
Cody Devontae Rhodes announced his return for the Royal Rumble. I was gonna sing a song, but I had I'm not a good singer. He took it all away. Took it all. Now he's what's going on, Big Mike?
So
Mike?
I narrowed what we talked about off here. I narrowed it down to 3 Raws.
3 Raws.
Right, list them.
3 Raw. All right. So we can either do the March 22nd, 2004 Raw, which was a draft, and also my very first Raw I attended as a person. So that was in Detroit.
Cody Devontae Rhodes.
It's either that one, or we can do the August 24th, 2015 Raw. That was the Raw after Mania. No, it wasn't. It was a 3-hour Raw after SummerSlam. It was the Raw after SummerSlam, where Seth Rollins got, his statue and stuff like that, and it was Sting under it.
Let's just talk about this later. This is taking too long to go over on air. We'll talk about this after.
Okay. Just letting you guys know we're scrapping the first
Raw. That first Raw is dog shit. It's not.
Yeah, that first Raw we're scrapping. Now you're gonna get 2. We're gonna get 2.
We got a new
throwbacks,
subscriber.
but that first Raw isn't gonna get that.
Aaron Ziegler, thank you for subscribing, Mother Flower. Thank you.
All right, we can end this whenever. So
yeah, we can. So
this.
There you go. So we're not gonna do the first Monday Night Raw. We're not doing that. Change of plans. I know, but it is what it is. Just to let you guys know, this month you're gonna get 2 episodes of the throwback.
Yeah. Well, make sure you guys.
Also, real quick before we wrap this up here, yes. So Chase did come on earlier on the show. He did appear on the show earlier, and he announced the Royal Rumble contest. So how this works is I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter right now at Heel Steven. I need you guys to go to that tweet, like it, retweet it, follow me on Twitter. Also, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you sub to this channel. Okay? Because also we have content for you guys to listen to and to watch and all that stuff. But the way it's going to work is the day of the Rumble at noontime, Chase will post, or he'll send me the list, and I'll post it. So you guys can find out what numbers you have. Now you can just tweet out also in the tweet that I pinned in the reply. Put I'm in, but specify which Rumble you want to be in. Maybe you want to be in both Rumble, that's fine. Or maybe you want to be in the men's Rumble, that's fine. Or if not, the women's Rumble, that's fine also. But let us know all that in the tweet, okay? Let us know all that in the tweet. I have it pinned to my profile. I have it pinned to my Twitter profile, okay? There you go. And people just, I guess, blowing my phone up right now as it's happening.
Yeah, I went ahead and put this is the link. If you guys should be able to copy paste it, click on it, whatever. That's the link to the tweet.
It's pinned in my profile. If you go to my Twitter at Heel
Yeah,
Steven,
it's pinned. I just want to make sure people have it so they know.
You know what's crazy too? Chase just gave us a thought too. What if we
We'll discuss it after the show.
We'll discuss it after.
We'll discuss it after. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you guys join us tomorrow. I don't know where the graphic is for Tuesday. I don't see a Tuesday graphic, but I'm very likely not going to be doing it because I cannot fucking stand NXT. But there will be talking about NXT show Thursday. We have sad something about Dynamite. I will be on that because that's my favorite show of the week is Dynamite. Yes. So reviewing the stacked Dynamite card. We got
tomorrow myself and Big Mike will be live for Let's Talk NXT.
I said that, Steve.
I just let everybody know again.
We have Around the Point every Friday. That is the flagship show. And then make sure you guys join us next Monday. Next Monday will be Steve's Kitchen. But then Monday night, Tuesday, we'll be talking about Raw is Raw. Welcome to Monday Night Raw is
Raw Dog.
Born.
Raw dogging.
Do not search Raw XXX, guys.
Do not search on Twitter. Do not search it on Twitter.
Search Raw is XXX. Make sure you add in wrestling, WWE, whatever. Do not just search Raw XXX. You're not going to find what you're looking for when you search that. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Steve, I don't know if we do a video outro. I don't think we have an outro.
We don't have one. But you guys can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. Big Mike. Yeah. Let them know. Where can they check you out, Big Mike?
You can check me out on Twitter at DetroitGamer313. Also every day here on the Around the Point Network, and also sometimes on the True Heel Heat Network and the True Heel Heat Sports
channel.
You guys can find me on my new Twitter account at CadenLee_. That's KADENLEE_. And let me make sure I have this. And I gotta close this out the only way I know how.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Peace out, everybody. This is